Above the streets and houses, rainbow climbing high. Everyone can see it smiling over the sky. Paint the whole world with a rainbow.
Welcome back to Studio 42 TV. As you will have seen by the intro and the title, my new wheels have come. Well, and you can obviously see them in my car. My car is absolutely full. I've got 4 wheels in the car and 2 tyres. So when I get to the tyre place, I'm going to have to go back to the house to get the other tyres. But the garage is only sort of 5 minutes down the road, so I'll drop the stuff off there and then come back. They are, well, they're massive. They're 17 by 9J. I'm not exactly sure how big the wheels coming off the car are, but the offset means that they don't stick out as far as I thought they would initially, but it does mean that we might have a clearance issue on the inside of the car against the shock. So, I mean, they've nearly broke my bank, so I really hope they fit, but there's only one way to find out. So I'm off to the garage now to hopefully get them fitted and get the tyres on. There we are. Right, they won't fit part 1 tyres. On to the next place. I like driving past all these dealerships. Quite close by to me. It's quite nice looking at all the nice new shiny cars. So the next place I'm thinking of is just around the corner. I didn't go there first because I'm a bit apprehensive about the way that they'll treat my wheels. But the last time I did go there with some ultra wide wheels that needed a bit of stretch on them, they were very accommodating and hospitable. So hopefully they'll be okay. If I just stress to them that these wheels are obviously brand new and they need to take good care, hopefully it'll be alright. Can't see a thing. And that place say that they won't fit part 1 tyres onto the rims. So I'm gonna go to see someone I know who owns a garage down the road and see if he can recommend anywhere that he thinks will be able to do it. Will be able to do it all for me. Right then, back again. He's just suggested a place that is. Ooh, howdy, alright. He's just suggested a place that is just down the road again. So I'm going to try them, and if they won't fit it. E93 M3 as well. Oh my god. If that place won't fit it, then I'm gonna have to go to my worst case scenario, which is a bit further away, but it is what it is. And I really want these tyres put on my car. Just approaching the place now. They better say that they can fit the Part 1 tyres onto my wheels. said they'll fit it. I'm a bit apprehensive the way that they were speaking to me about whether they'll fit, you know, take care of the wheels and all that. But I'll just have to take their word for it. I just offered to get the other tyres from the house. I've just dropped the 4 wheels and the 2 tyres that I had in the car off of the garage. So hopefully it'll all be good and it will fit. I did say to him that there was going to be slight fitment issue in the front brakes are really close to the back of the spokes on the wheels when they're fitted. So I did a bit of a test fit yesterday with the rim without the tyre on, and I'm scared that if I put a spacer on then I won't have full lock. The wheel will stick out a bit more. But we'll see when they're on, and hopefully it'll be alright, but until then, keep my fingers crossed. Oh my god! I've been just going round the houses for about 2 hours this morning now. So I've got this second set of tyres in the car now. I'm just on my way back to the tyre place who said they can do it. They were a bit funny about me filming inside the garage for some reason, so I won't be able to film inside the garage, but I'm going to go somewhere afterwards and explain what has happened. So, as you can see, the wheels are not actually on the car. So we tried at the garage and they were very accommodating, like I said, like I thought they would be. When we tried to put the new wheels on, which are just by there, they actually foul against the caliper, and when the nuts were done right up, the wheel wouldn't actually turn because it was gripping onto the actual wheel caliper. So I've been to about 5 different places all around Cardiff, and all of them didn't have wheel spacers. So I had to go to somewhere about 10-15 miles away, about 20 minute drive up the A470, and finally managed to find some wheel spacers. So now's the moment of truth. So I've got the gear out of the garage to change the wheels myself. So now I'm going to put them on. So these are the wheels, and look how wide they are. They're ridiculous. They're 9J wide, as I said earlier. But so the problem is the brake caliper here was catching on the spokes there, and so the wheel wouldn't turn, as I said. But also the problem that I have with putting the spacer on is that it makes this gap between the inner arch at the front and the wheel less. So hopefully when the spacer's on and the tyres and wheels are on as well, I will still have full lock and that won't catch, and that won't be a problem. Now the other problem is that will be solved by the spacers when I did a test fit of the wheel on its own yesterday, it was quite close to the shock, and I've got new shocks which are going to be wider, going to be sort of thicker, so that should, the new spacer, which is here, should mitigate that problem as well. So it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I think I was going to get spacers anyway. So right, enough fussing, I'm going to get the wheels on. So I managed to fit the wheels last night with the help of my dad and my brother, but it got too dark to finish off the video. So now the next day, and I've got to say, they look absolutely spectacular on the car. The car's just sat next to me right by here. Looks so good. It's a new day, as you can see, my wheels are on. how good do these look? I can't believe they're finally on after the massive pain that it was to put them on yesterday. Going around all the different places to try and find an actual tyre place that would put them on in the first place. But here they are. Widest tyres ever put on a Mini Cooper R56. I doubt that's actually true, but it makes a good title. So as I said, I did expect there to be some clearance issues, and well, long story short, I had to go and find some spacers basically. So I got to the final tyre place that were able to put the tyres that I had on the wheels that I had. So I said to them, right, I'm 90% sure that they'll fit, because I did do a test fit the day before yesterday, and they were really close to the brake caliper here. And it turned out when he did the bolts up properly, they were actually fouling on the brake, and the spoke was like touching the brake and the wheel wouldn't actually turn. And my heart just sank. So I went to get the spacers. I said to the people at the tyre place, I'm just going to have to take my wheels and fit them myself at home. As you can tell, and as I suspected before, there's going to be a bit of a clearance issue on this front inner arch by here. Now, by putting the spacers on, that obviously made it worse, and I was a bit sceptical. I thought the 10mm spacers would obviously make it worse and obviously catch. Now, I haven't got full lock, but it's the tiniest smidge of the full rotation that I can't have without wheels rubbing, so I think that's a win. It's worth it when the wheels look this good. Now, quite possibly the most ridiculous part is how far they stick outside of the arches. It looks quite sort of strange, but in a really amazing kind of way. I've done all the road tests, all the sort of full lock tests, which is good enough for me. There's one test that we haven't done, and that's the shoe test. Now that's a bit of a problem. Now I'm going to put my shoe back on. Doesn't pass the shoe test. There's two ways I can solve that. I can put the shocks that I've got at home on the car and lower it. I can get away with probably 10mm. Or some extended overarches that I can get. I'm hoping that the arch will drop lower than the existing arch, and that'll close up the gap a bit. Now, it's not a massive problem because it only marginally didn't pass the shoe test. It looks pretty good for now. It's still pretty high off the ground, so I think I'm gonna have to sort that at some point. How I'm gonna do that, I'm not sure. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button down below. You can follow me on Instagram at Studio42TV, that's my YouTube channel, Instagram account. And then I've got my photography Instagram account, which I need to post on actually. I haven't posted in quite a while. But that'll be getting active again soon, so that is Studio42 Automotive. They'll both be in the description down below. And you can also follow me on Twitter, which is Studio42TV. That'll be down in the description below as well. But thank you for watching, and catch you in the next one.